Welcome to Across the Podcast. I'm Stan, and this is Aidan. This week we've got news for Nintendo possibly becoming a streaming service, Xbox raises their prices again, and PlayStation makes yet another controller. Who would have guessed it?
Hello everyone, I can talk again now on account of slightly shrinking down my fat head. Welcome back. Today we have some interesting news, as always. So, we'll jump straight into it. The first thing we have is PlayStation with another controller. I feel like we've seen a lot of these in the last 2-3 months. This time we have got a PlayStation Icon Series Blue Special Edition controller. A nice new blue passport. A meme too, if you will get. This is another blue one. We already have like 2 blue controllers, I think. 2? 1 or 2?
Yes. Yeah, we do. Maybe 3,
Maybe.
Honestly.
I didn't check. This isn't a special...
Who knows?
This is a special edition. This isn't an IP-tied controller. This is just PlayStation's own.
Yeah. And it releases later this month, as in like in a week. It comes out on the 20th. We just found out about it today. And
well, it was announced like a week ago.
Was it yesterday? Was it? I saw all the news was like recent. It's like a couple of hours ago or like a day ago.
Oh, maybe.
Was it really a week ago?
I just saw a load of headlines that said PlayStation new hardware. Half of them were talking about this, and half of them were talking about the speakers. So.
Okay. So, well, the important thing is this was announced and releases within the same month, whereas the God of War one has been announced. We announced it a month ago almost. And it releases on the 23rd, whereas this one releases on the 20th. And the Astrobot one that we talked about back in July that I pre-ordered a month ago releases on the 30th. So, you know, everybody loses if you want the Astrobot one. But if you want this blue one, you can get it within 2 weeks of hearing about its existence. Or if you want the God of War one, you only had to wait a month. Whereas Astrobot, you just had to sit there going, are they going to give it to us?
It seems the controllers with the highest demand also take the longest to produce. Who'd have thunk it?
Well, what's interesting is they're still available. You can still pre-order them now. The Astrobot one hasn't sold out at all like I figured it would. As a matter of fact, the only edition that's been released lately, because we had the Ghost of Yotai ones, the gold one sold out, but the black and white one has not sold out. The Astrobot is still available. Nicer. God of War has not sold out. What?
That one was better, I thought.
Well, the gold is it's something different. You know, everybody likes something that kind of sticks out. The gold one flashes. Plus the actual game itself, it's got the gold theme to it, so it fits better. In my opinion, if I was going to buy one, that would have been the one I would have bought. I just don't like the color gold. So, that's on me. But this is interesting. I mean, it's the blue, which it's 2 different colors of blue, which is great, I guess. I don't know who you are and why you would want 2 different shades of blue on something. And then it's got a bunch of little icons all over the touchpad. That is it.
It's something different. Idea. It's another choice. You can never be mad at it. It's not like you have to buy it.
Yeah. It is $84 like all the other special edition controllers. So
I feel like there should be some variable pricing on those, but oh well.
It's a PlayStation controller. Well, what else you got to do, right? Not overpay. Speaking of overpaying, Xbox has decided that you do not spend enough money on them. No matter how much they raise their hardware, if they want to raise their game prices, that doesn't matter. Apparently, it's not enough. So now, if you don't care about any of that and all you want to do is have their Xbox Game Pass, whether it be on PC or whatever it is, they want you to pay more there too, because that ain't cheap for them. Maybe, perhaps tariffs are affecting how their cloud gaming works.
How they
Because,
import
to come
data
from the
packets.
clouds. Yeah, that's those. Hey, who knows, right? We don't know how Microsoft is running this. So they've raised the prices on something else. It's a surprise because we did just get a hardware increase again for the second or third time this year. Really, basically, if you just want to talk about Xbox raising its price, wait a week, you'll get new information. So that's great.
So there isn't a
but now
direct increase. What they've done is they've split the two kinds of Game Pass into three kinds of Game Pass, which means that regardless of what you do, if you want all of the features that you had before, you have to pay more.
Yeah.
For very few
Which they
people,
did that when they shut down, like they had you had Xbox Live essentially, which was like a separate whatever. When they got rid of that, that technically increased the price of what you were wanting to get. So then they've just done that again.
Yeah, so
they got rid of a tier, now they're adding a tier.
For very few people, this will mean that you can stop paying for a bit that you didn't use and can get it slightly cheaper and all the same price. For most people, what this means is that it's just going to be more expensive to get the stuff that you are using. The biggest thing that a lot of people are missing about this, a lot of people are looking at this and just saying, Game Pass is more expensive now, which it is, but I think the biggest thing that people aren't talking about enough is that in order to get games day one, their whole slogan, day one on Game Pass, you have to pay for the most expensive tier. That is not a thing on the other two. There's no time limit on when you get them on the other two other than within the first year. So, day one plus another 364.
What a great slogan. Day one plus 364.
It's a circus over at Microsoft headquarters at the moment. I do not understand how they think they're getting away with this.
I'm going to be honest. So actually, because I've just been hearing people talk about this and they keep trashing Xbox, yada yada. So, in my opinion, this technically doesn't affect me because if I was going to get any of these plans, I would get the essential plan because I buy all of my games. I know these are all PlayStation and Switch games. My Xbox games are over here. You don't get to see them because I don't play the Xbox as much. Their controllers suck. They haven't done anything about that except for raise the price.
We're special.
But if I was to get a Game Pass subscription, I would just need the ability to play online multiplayer, which is just $9 a month, which is not terrible. That's it. I just need access to the internet to be able to play the physical games that I've already purchased. But that's me. I'm a physical gamer. For physical gamers, no one cares. Like you're just paying $9. That's cool.
That does kind of defeat
if
the
you're
point
a digital
of Game
gamer.
Pass,
Well, that would be what essentially Xbox Live is.
Yeah.
Because you're paying $9 a month for Xbox Live.
Yeah. Which is the same price as the other companies where you get a lot more.
Is it? Well, I mean, you still get 50 plus games on PC, console, and cloud. Don't know what those 50 plus games are.
Exactly. They're all going to be nonsense.
Probably. It's not terrible. For me, it's not terrible. For a lot of people, this is awful.
As I say, for very few people, this will mean you can pay less for the stuff you weren't using.
Yeah,
that is.
So I'm not 100% hating on them. What?
I just got a pop up on my PC for a program I haven't opened in like 6 weeks. That's concerning. But anyway,
good luck.
Yeah. Did you see the servers crashed?
No.
Not the servers for Game
Oh, you're
Pass.
talking about for the people canceling, yes.
The website you have to go to cancel Game Pass overloaded because of the sheer amount of people who went to cancel it after this was announced.
I would say I would love to see like a report giving us the statistics of how many people were on there at one time. Like, does this qualify as a most played game? The most loaded page. Like, I want somebody with some numbers. Let me know something.
It was enough people that it
'Cause that's
qualified
impressive.
as equivalent to a DDoS attack. That's that's how many people this was.
That's impressive. You know,
If one person was to generate these kinds of numbers in a malicious way, it would constitute a crime.
yeah. That does make me wonder, like, because there's been no announcement since of well, we've changed our mind, because they did that with the Outer Worlds too. They tried to charge what, $80 for it, and people were like, no. And then like a week later, they were like, oh, okay, we're sorry, 70.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, all right, cool. So are they going to do that with this?
I doubt it.
'Cause there's been no announcement.
There's been too much. They're too deep now. The thing is, we always knew that they were going to do this, right? No one was under the delusions that they were going to run Game Pass at a loss forever.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I don't think they were running it at a loss anyway. But you know what I mean.
Yeah,
they should have waited till this sort of subscription model was more commonplace. But the whole point of having the cheap one is to get developers to work with you so that you have all the stuff. That doesn't work if you... And then you can raise the price, right? That doesn't work if you raise the price 3 years too early. Because now you're not the cheap one.
Yeah. Another thing is, we were less than a week out of you raising your hardware prices.
Yeah. We literally just talked about them raising all the prices. And we were joking
that went into effect on the 3rd.
We've already spoken about it this year.
Yeah. So you could have waited, because like this is not something that is like frequently bought during the holidays or whatever. So this isn't something that you would like. This is a digital thing. Yada yada. This is a subscription service. You're not going to be like, oh, at Christmas I got to buy this for my kids. No kid is going, I want to open up like Xbox Game Pass Ultimate on my
but when kids
day,
open up an Xbox, they would typically also do that. But I can see where the correlate. You probably do get more Game Pass.
Well, yeah, I mean,
if
you had them together, but like no kid would just want to open up a card.
Yeah, that's true.
And be like, oh yeah, Game Pass. Like they want to open up a console, which, to be fair, they should have already had it, because like Xbox has raised their prices, but the majority of people that give a crap, you've already got one. It's not really bothering. Which is another thing I will say. A lot of people are complaining about Xbox raising their prices. It's been out 5 years now. If you haven't bought one yet, why do you even care?
True, but it's the principle of the matter, I think.
Well, okay, yes, but
it has been out
5
years. Why is it more expensive? It didn't get any better. It didn't.
Well, yes, you're right. But the people that are complaining about it are the people that it doesn't matter to.
I still don't like it.
I mean, no, I don't like it, but I'm not going to sit here and complain about it over and over again, talking about, oh, this is the worst thing ever. But because I have one. It's over there. It's collecting dust. I don't do anything with it. If I had to give any bit of advice at all about the Xbox Series X, don't waste your money. Whether it was the original price that I paid or the one that it is now, don't worry about it. If you haven't had it yet, you're not missing anything. It's fine. Get an Xbox 360. That'll fill your life with happiness.
I think I have one in my grandmother's garage somewhere. Unopened.
I have 2. Wait, unopened?
Well,
like still in the original box?
In the original, but it might have been secondhand. I didn't buy it. It was a present that I would never actually got.
Oh, okay.
So.
I was about to say, I have one in its original box still, but it's taken apart because it crapped out on me. But then my arcade is an arcade or an Elite, whatever. It's the one that came out later, the more expensive one.
I was a PlayStation kid.
I have that one as well. Well, I'm in everything. If I bought, look, I'm not the console war type guy. The only reason why I play more PlayStation games than Xbox games is because the controller's better. That's 100% a me thing. If you think the Xbox controller's better, cool for you. But I just like the DualSense controller. It's better. It's what's plugged up to my PC for when I play games on the PC. Um, I have little adapters so that way I can play on other consoles using the same controller. I just really enjoy this controller. The hardware and everything, they play games the same. Xbox, PlayStation, they're virtually the exact same thing, just in different skins with different exclusives, one of them. And that's it.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for years. So I don't have a problem with either one of them, and I'm not gonna say that one is better than the other because they release around the same amount of time with pretty much the exact same specs. What do you want? Like, you could buy both or you could pick one, and it usually comes out to what game came out for which one. That's why I got the Xbox, was Halo. Pretty much it. Like, there was no other reason why.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, if you like God of War, obviously you don't get an Xbox. If you like 32 different colored controllers, don't get an Xbox.
I'm upset with controllers at the moment. I will say.
Why is it? What's wrong?
So I was on my fabled Switch 2, as you do, and I still haven't done a stream with Breath of the Wild, so I don't want to start Breath of the Wild off camera. So I didn't want to play that, but I want something to play because I'll be honest, I'm a little bit sick of Mario Kart World, and I paid a lot of money for this thing, so I wanted something to do with it. So
beat my time trial yet?
No, I gave up. So I had a look on the eShop. I have a lot of things in my wish list. I looked up some things that were on my Steam wish list, see what was on sale. I saw Neon White is like half off.
Oh, so it's $10?
$10. I like that game.
Oh, okay.
So I got Neon White.
I was say I have 2 copies of that game.
It's a good
Switch
game.
and PlayStation. It's a good game. I had it on Game Pass whenever I had that a couple years ago.
So I stopped playing.
I played it on all 3 consoles.
And I think this isn't the sort of game I would typically play with a controller. It's a first-person camera. I would like to use a mouse for that, especially because it's basically an FPS. Very loosely, but like you are still aiming, and I prefer to do that with a mouse. And I think to myself, well,
FPS
hey.
platformer.
Yeah. I think to myself, well, hey, this newfangled Switch 2 I've got has a mouse mode. Obviously, not realizing that there's no Switch 2 edition of Neon White. It's just the Switch version. So there's no mouse mode in the game. That's on me. That's my fault. I didn't think about that. So I've just been playing it with a controller, and I can feel myself doing levels and being like, I could do this quicker if I was on a mouse and keyboard. Because the controller just isn't for me on this game. I'm still enjoying the game. I've always enjoyed
fair
this
for
game.
You, I guess.
But yeah, I'm not happy with the controller situation. I wish I would have just got it on Steam, but then that kind of defeats the point of wanting something on the Switch. I wanted to Have a Nice Death, but then I figured, well, probably finish Silk Song before you start another one of those, and that's a whole other can of worms.
What's that? You could, since we're on the same family plan, you could borrow games from me, right?
Is that a thing? I'll be honest, I have not looked in.
Like the virtual game cards? Because I have
probably
a few digital games, not many. So
I'm still enjoying Neon White. I'm gonna play it with controller. That's my excuse when someone adds me and be like, "You're 2 seconds too slow." I'm like, well, did it with an analog stick. Screw you. That's fine.
I did it with a Joy-Con 2.
Joy-Con 2. Yeah, if you haven't played Neon White, go play Neon White. It's I've always enjoyed that game.
Great game. Art style is great. Dialogue is great. The voice acting is love that
surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I have a fun fact about Neon White before we move on, because I realize I am dragging this a little bit. Do you know why they designed it to have cards? You know, you have the cards with the guns on them. The guy who made it didn't know how to model guns. So he was like, oh, but I can draw 2D images of guns. So he just designed the game to be cards with a picture of a gun on them. Which I think is really funny and really smart way to do that. If you like, instead of learning how to 3D render all these different kinds of guns,
it
worked.
Like,
so
there are no arguments here.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, speaking of the Joy-Con 2s and the Switch 2, Nintendo is apparently a streaming service now, or at least you would like them to be.
Yeah, so we got this is huge. People were freaking out for all of like a day, and people were arguing uselessly for that entire day as well, because that's just what the internet does. Nintendo released a video with a little baby, and I'm a parent. I think I don't even remember at this point. I don't care. And it had some Pikmin stuff going on in it, but people were arguing it's not Pikmin or whatever. But it was an animated short, and there were some things moving around in the background with nothing you could see, yada yada. But then a day later, on the Nintendo Today app, they release it with the little Pikmin in it. And everybody's like, see, I told you. And other people are like, no, I still don't believe it. And it's like, it's there. What do you mean? Are you going to argue with it? It's there. They've shown you what it is. But the argument is being made now, which this could go either way, whether or not they're going to do an animated show, or if this was just promotional material for a game that nobody's really asking for. Because, I mean, we got Pikmin 4, and it was a game.
People liked Pikmin 4.
But if they... I mean, it was okay. It wasn't.
You say that about everything. People liked Pikmin 4.
Yeah, it was all right. But the reason why I say streaming service is I think it would be funny. I would not appreciate it, and I honestly hope they don't do it. But I think it would be funny if on the NSO they went into like a bit of a streaming service. So that way now you'll have like the old gaming consoles, but then you'll also have, because they have locked it to where the Switch 2 cannot run YouTube. It can't run Twitch, which is Switch 1 locked Twitch out. They stopped support for that or whatever. But you can still watch YouTube on the Switch. As a matter of fact, about 90% of my friends on Nintendo, their number one thing is they've watched YouTube. Because apparently that's just what you do. You just watch YouTube on your Switch.
Crazy.
I don't get it. But you can't do that on the Switch too. But if the NSO app adds their own streaming service to where you can watch Nintendo-made products, probably by Universal.
It is strange that there's no way to like watch the Mario movie on the Switch.
Yeah,
you know, like the Vita used to do. You could just like buy Spider-Man 2 or whatever it was. Was that the Vita? Or was that the PSP?
Not only that, we had the Game Boy cartridges. I've got at least one or two of them. The like Video Now type deals. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they were gray, and you plug them in as like an episode of a show. I've got one that's got like Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
That's cool.
So, like, we had that before. I don't remember anything like that on the DS. I could be wrong here. The DS was kind of like when I was getting out of childhood, so I didn't play video games as much. So, but since we've got the Switch now, if you were to do, say, for example, they released Galaxy 1 and 2, right? When they do the promotion for the new movie, release Mario on a cartridge.
It would be cool.
I'm going to be honest, I would buy it. I would 100% buy it. Like, I'm getting that. I'll probably never watch it in that format, ever. But I would buy that 100%. I might buy 2 of them. I don't know. That would be awesome.
It would be cool.
And
but back to the Pikmin thing. It's unclear what this is for. There's a very decent chance that this is just a short that they've made.
Yeah,
and that's that. It is a cool project. The fact that there's 2 versions of it and they released them a day later, I really like that. There was enough in the first one for people to guess that it was Pikmin. There was a load of sound cues from the games and stuff, but
yeah,
the way that they formatted and structured that, I really liked. I thought that was really cool. They could be doing like a Switch 2 version of Pikmin 4. They could be making a new Pikmin game. There could be something Pikmin related
DLC.
coming out. Maybe. Well, I guess if they were going to do DLC, they'd do a Switch 2 version like they did with Forgotten Land and stuff.
That's what I must. Yeah, Kirby and all those. Yeah.
But one thing I do want to point out is look at that baby, right? Look at that baby. That's a universal baby if I've ever seen one. And Stan, I would know. All right, I've been looking at this universal baby for the better part of like a year and a half now. I've had this cardboard cutout for a long time. I'm not going to elaborate onto how I got the cardboard cutout. All I will say is that I did not purchase it.
Apparently.
But look at the baby and look at this baby. That's a universal baby, right? Okay. Which means that Universal, or at least a corner of some Universal studio, is working on just random little projects like this, which is really cool.
Or Nintendo.
Yeah. There was a good chance that Universal would just be doing the blockbusters, because that's what's going to make them money, you know? But somewhere in that contract, there's a clause where they're making little things like this, if it is Universal. If it just happens to be a Universal-looking baby that Nintendo's conjured up, fair enough. But if it is actually Universal, there's someone doing something, and I think that's pretty neat.
So somebody's sitting at a phone at Universal, and there's a note written down like, "Hey, if Nintendo calls, doesn't matter what, say yes."
You're making a Pikmin short twice.
Yeah. This guy sitting there was like, then Nintendo will never call. And then they call. And they pitch this, and he's like, yes. Sure. We'll get a team right on it.
Well, I think that's very cool.
You want two versions, same video? Gotcha.
I think it's sick. I think that's really cool. Also, it's an excuse to bring out the Boss Baby cutout, which I'll take. I'll leap at any excuse to bring out the Boss Baby cutout.
Of course you will.
I mean, he's just sat over there. I don't know what to do with him. I don't throw him away. I don't want to throw him away. Can you imagine walking down to the communal dumpster with a Boss Baby cutout? I've thrown away some weird stuff, all right? When you go down there holding a big Switch 2 box, you feel a little strange. What a Boss Baby cutout!
You threw the Switch 2 box away?
Yes, where am I? I know you're one of those people. I'm not one of those people. I'm never going to use the box again. I know. I don't need it.
Look at that. That's free display.
How big is the room that you're sat in? Is the size of my flat.
I had to buy that poster to display it. I had to buy that picture to display it. That right there, priceless.
The room that you are sat in right now is the size of my entire flat. Probably bigger.
A shelf up there where it could sit at.
Where on that shelf is it going?
You see where Shadow is? Move Shadow and the other stuff up there and just set it on top. Or
Which one?
Just set it on top. Put Shadow on top of it.
There's like 7 plushes. And a load of minifigs.
No. The other Shadow.
Which
the one?
That one?
The one to the. That one, yes.
That's
just put it up there and put all that stuff on top of it. Is that not Shadow?
That is Shadow. That's Shadow the duck.
Okay.
But.
Oh right, the duck. I forgot about that. Duck.
No, it wouldn't. The box is bigger than that shelf is. Plus it's a curved shelf. It
overhangs a little bit.
I don't need the box.
You can't tell that from here.
You're one of those weird people that just keep boxes for. I don't need the box.
You could have sent me the box, and I would have had.
You know how expensive it is to send things to the U.S.
Non-American
so an empty
version.
Box.
It's an empty box. Just ship it as is. Just slap a label on it and ship it.
You frustrate me.
Don't go buy a box to put the box in. Anyways.
Do you want to talk about Final Fantasy?
Yeah, we can go into Final Fantasy since we're talking about Switch stuff. We have a few Switch related things to talk about, but one of them is I bought Tactics for the Switch. It's one of the only digital games that I own, that I paid for, at least, not gotten for free or somebody else has bought me, and it was just easier that way. I played a couple of hours of it. It's all I've had time to do. I haven't played any other games, so it's not like I've, been not playing it. If I had time to play a game, it's what I would be playing. And during my couple of hours of playing it, I really enjoyed it. The voice acting is great. Love it. It's a huge plus to a game that some other studios should take into consideration and possibly do. Because it takes a game that is 25 years, roughly 25 years old at this point, and it just breathes a breath of fresh air. Just the life that you didn't know could exist is there. It adds a lot to the story. It makes it feel that the ambiance of it is just better. And the gameplay is more refined. It's lovely. I've had a good time playing it. I have no complaints whatsoever, other than the fact that I just don't have enough time.
Good stuff.
And for it to be a $50 game, I'm perfectly fine with the price that I paid for it. The Switch 2 upgrade was free, so I'm not really sure in a turn-based tactical game how many FPSs I need to have the Switch 2 version instead of the Switch 1 version. I can't stress to say that if I was playing it on the Switch 1 that it would just be unplayable. I'm pretty sure it would run on my phone.
Probably
Probably
why it's
a
a free
Nokia
upgrade.
phone from when I was a kid. So it's great. I have enjoyed it. My Game Boy would probably run it. Who knows? I will say, if you haven't bought it, please buy it. Please buy that game. Buy it and play it. It's a great game. And if you do that, they'll make more of them. It's crazy that that's how that works.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
What do you
9 out
wanna
of
go?
10 tactics. Well, we have more Switch 2 stuff if you just want to stay on that train.
Can do. You want to do the bundle leak?
Ooh, the bundle leak. I did not see this. Oh, go ahead.
So, supposedly reputable leaker, I forget their name, but apparently they've leaked things in the past that did actually happen. So, it's worth talking about at least, but take it with a pinch of salt. Says that the Switch 2 bundles, so the ones that come with games, so far we have the Mario Kart World 1 and the Pokemon Legends ZA 1, will be getting a permanent $30 price decrease going into the holiday period. Now, there's some caveats to this. When I say $30, that is translated, because I believe it's specifically in France right now that they're talking about this happening. And then there's places in the UK also talking about doing that. So far, no word of it actually happening in the States. But it could. It could follow soon.
I hope it doesn't.
Yeah. Kind of.
Because so this is my problem. If they do this, they are looking everybody in the face that bought this console already and supported by getting a bundle. Like, unless you give like a $30 eShop credit to everyone that already purchased this, purchasing it early is a punishment. Because you could have just waited and you would have saved money.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing that you would love to see
if it goes down
like
to
a couple years
$470. Yeah, if it goes down to $470 and I paid $500, I'm pissed. It's not the kind of
That's what they're talking about doing,
press that you want.
or at least the euro equivalent of $30.
But then that makes Pokemon Legends ZA digital version $20. Whereas the upgrade is $20. That's cheaper than the DLC. Like,
yeah, I don't know what's going on with
Mario
Nintendo
Kart World, which is your $80 game because all the work that went into it, you're gonna let people have for $20?
Yeah.
You need to make some sense here, Nintendo.
So this leads into another point we have. The next point is that well, not really. This could potentially be leading into the fact that we're getting a change of a handover of power with Nintendo of America. There's a Doug Bowser is stepping down and being replaced
Bowser
with
finally got blue shelled.
Being replaced by Devon Pritchard, who has worked there since I was 2 years old. So clearly she knows what she's doing. I have no qualms with that. But it seems like obviously she will have been calling some shots already. They're not completely waiting until Doug leaves. Is that anything to do with all of these price increases? Maybe. Who's to say? If it is, obviously you can guarantee it's not just her spearheading for this. There are many people involved with those sorts of decisions, but it seems that this is happening very, very close to around the same time as they're changing their pricing structure.
Yeah.
At least, the argument is obviously this is just Nintendo of America, and this is happening elsewhere. But prices are changing everywhere. But these are all places that usually follow American prices pretty closely, regardless. Other than
as long as they don't raise the NSO, I'll be fine.
Yeah, but honestly, NSO is pretty cheap for what it is.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not much.
No, it's not. But like, if you want basic, like,
we just got the ability to be able to talk to each other in it, and like that's. I've had NSO for years, and I've never been able to talk to anybody in it. Fair. I just got that feature, and it absolutely sucks.
But to their credit, right? If you just want to, on your own, be able to play online, no other features. It's like £3-4 a month. Like, it's cheap.
Yeah, it is cheap. It is the next best thing to playing on a PC when it comes to playing internet games. Because with a PC, you just pay your internet.
And we say there's not a lot on NSO, but you do get a lot of it's a decent show. It maybe not quite as much as like the PlayStation catalogs, but it's not bad.
And nowhere near the price, but also the stability issues.
That is true. That yeah, that's fair.
I do hate how often you just get kicked from a game. And there's no kind of like buffer or anything, or like it throws you out to a lobby. It kicks you just all the way out. Yeah. You are back at the home screen. Might as well turn it off and try again later. That's a little frustrating.
Yeah. I looked into Devon Pritchard. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. It seems she has only ever really worked with the business side of Nintendo, which makes sense. I believe Doug Bowser was the same. She's not overseeing any games, She's dealing with the financial side of things, which is
Bowser was in a whole series. I don't know if you've heard of it, Mario.
So as long as it seems she worked very close with Bowser for a while now, and they seem to have similar outlooks. So as long as things don't drastically change, and she randomly pulls a Warner Brothers and being like, "This isn't profitable enough," cancelled. As long as things stay roughly the same, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah,
she seems perfectly qualified with her experience.
Well, that's good, I guess. I don't know that I have any complaints there.
I don't know enough about the structure of Nintendo of America to really comment, but it seems fine.
I don't either. I just know how to go to the store and buy their products. That's really it.
Do we have any other Switch 2 stuff? Yes, the DLSS.
Well, I was gonna say perhaps we do Pokemon first.
Oh, that's true. Why did I put that all the way at the bottom?
Well, there's actually two things down there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna start with mainline Pokemon, and then we'll go to their spinoff in a minute. So Pokemon Legends ZA has a day one patch that has already been leaked or released, however you want to look at it. The game has not, though. The game is not released. But we have a day one patch of 3.6 gigabytes for the Switch 2 edition, which is lovely. We don't know if that's going to be on the cart when you get it, since it's technically already out. The carts you don't have a cart yet, so we don't know if that's something that's going to be together, or if you're going to have to still download that separately, because most Nintendo is really good about, you get a cart, you put the cart in, it's ready to play. That's it. It's one of the best things about them. That's what makes their physical edition so much better than any other company. You don't have to download crap. You put the cart in, play game. That's it. Simple. Now, we also got a notification about how much the size is of the Switch 2 edition, or what it's supposed to take up. And it's saying that it's going to be about 7.7 gigs worth of information station. And you got 3.6 gigs with the day one patch. So you're looking at about 10 to 11 gigs of Pokemon on your Switch 2. Which is not terrible. Well, it's not terrible when you consider the fact that the system only comes with 256 that you can't fully use. So that's a big deal. There was some discrepancies, some arguments, some realizations that people were having. This is from an actual news source. I read this. Apparently, people are speculating that the Switch 2 edition has a larger download size than the Switch 1 edition. And there's a conspiracy that means that the Switch 2 edition is going to have better graphics and is going to run better. We have no confirmation of this whatsoever.
We do. It was but it's in the trailer. That's the point.
But there's tons of speculation about it. Apparently, it's a wild thing to think that we paid twice as much for a new console that was supposed to do these things. It's wild to think that they would actually do it.
I need to stop letting you read articles.
It's these people have a job doing this. Yeah, I do this for free. They get paid to do it, and they come up with crap like that. Wild.
I love it.
If you're here and you wrote that article for some reason, you're here. Okay.
That guy who wrote the article about Ezio coming back because of that board game, it's on site. Both of you.
Yeah. Just, my goodness. Anyways, the Pokemon ripoff game.
This is so funny. This is the funny. This made me laugh more than anything. This is hilarious.
I've not read this. So do you want me to read this, or do you want to read this?
Okay, so I'll go ahead. So Nintendo just announced Pokopia, right? The game where it's not a farming sim. The like Animal Crossing style.
It's Minecraft, Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that sort of thing with the Ditto. And just a couple weeks later, Pocket Pair, who you may know as the developers of Pal World, have announced a game called Pal Farm, which is the same thing, but with pals. This cannot possibly be intentional because of how closely together they were announced. But how funny is that they've ripped them off again? They tried to rip off a different game. They tried to do an Animal Crossing instead, and then Pokemon also ripped that off. So now they've just ripped Pokemon off twice.
Imagine Pocket Pair sitting here watching.
They are
Nintendo
sweating. They have lawyers.
They see this pop up and they go, "Guys, we've got to get to work."
Yeah, maybe they just made it in the last month. Honestly, this is so good. This is the funniest thing ever.
If this is a coincidence and they have been
It
working on
has
this
to
for a
be.
while now, well, no, at this point, I'm wondering, is there someone on the inside?
Oh, true. They got someone on the inside.
Like, yeah.
I
Like, they've got
doubt
some
it.
information source Nintendo needs to send the ninjas out because
This
somehow
is just
information is
so.
breaching.
This is delicious. Wow, no notes. It's beautiful.
You couldn't script this kind of entertainment.
I love this. Yeah, that's it for main Nintendo, I think.
No, we've got the Switch 2. The last point for the Switch is the DLSS. I say that because
Oh yes,
there's another DLSS that we can go right into after that. So
I put them together.
you can
I
go
thought
ahead. Yeah.
So DLSS, for anyone who somehow still doesn't know, is the AI image upscaling for frame. Basically, you render the game at a lower resolution so that you can run it faster, and then you use DLSS and an AI to enhance the image so it looks like it's a higher resolution than it actually is. Same thing I
Oh,
was
I
talking
thought it
about.
was just talking about my internet. You know, download speed sucks. Thought that's what. Is that not what that's?
I don't even remember what it stands. It's some or other super sample. It's yeah, the PSSR stuff I was talking about last episode. It's that,
Yeah.
but not specific to Sony. It's that, but not. It's it's the same thing. It's just it's an Nvidia thing instead of a Sony thing. And it's on the Switch. But we have now seen through some benchmarking that it has two types of DLSS, which seems standard, you would think, because you have like a higher end one and a lower end one. The interesting thing is that one of them is a new type of DLSS that hasn't been seen before. That's interesting. The first one is basically the same as CNN, which is the one that you'll see on most PCs. It's the DLSS that's running on basic NVIDIA GPUs. It's the normal one. And then there's also a specific proprietary one to the Switch 2 that is apparently roughly half the cost in frame time. But it does things a bit differently, so it's technically better. I don't think it's actually running on any currently released games. It's just possible for the Switch 2 to do. And supposedly it isn't quite as good in movement as the other one, but it does make still images look sharper. Which, when you ask me, if you're playing a game, what is the point? Why would you want one to be specifically better for still images? It's a game.
Okay. I will. So I would prefer that the images look sharper in a still moment because, like, say you stop to look at something. Whereas when you're moving, you know, everything's moving. So if it doesn't look sharper, it doesn't matter. When you stop and it sharpens in, I mean, that's like real life. When you're walking, you can't quite see everything. But if you stop to look at it,
Okay, so statistically
is better.
speaking, the first thing that most people do when they change settings for a game, there's three things that people do. They set subtitles if they want them, they change the brightness, and they turn off motion blur. These are the three most common setting changes for any game ever.
I said
You can't turn motion blur off when you do that. So, which is also, side note, very funny because motion blur is actually incredibly complicated and takes a long time to implement, and everyone just turns it off, which is very funny. But
I don't. I got a lot
You
of crap
don't.
for it because I don't.
Most people do though.
Because I was playing. I think it was like when I first started streaming, and like I got hit with a raid of like 500 or 600 people, and
Humble brag.
one of our
Okay.
friends, tech. Well, that it's never happened since, but one of our friends, Tech, was watching me play Call of Duty, and I was online playing. I was doing competitive and shit. And he's like, "Dude, do you have motion blur on?" I was like, "Yes."
FPS
like,
games
why?
are the main ones that you would want to turn that off for. It's not so bad.
And I was like, "What do you mean, why?"
Single player stuff.
And he went into explaining it, and I was like, "No, man. I mean, I'm moving. It should be blurry. It's how it works in my mind."
But yeah.
To be fair, the last Call of Duty game I played before that was on the PS3. Everything was blurry. So, in my defense, it looked good.
Blur. It was all blur.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is cool. We haven't actually seen it in practice yet, I don't think. So I don't think there's a single Switch 2 game released that actually uses it yet. But it's possible, and we'll have to look out for that. So if in the future, if the DLSS looks a bit weird, this might be why.
Could be.
But this is one of those technical things that I see, and I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. And then I talk about it, and then no one else cares. So this might get cut out. Last episode, I cut out me talking about other stuff.
Don't cut it out.
Might get cut out. Well,
Don't worry
we'll
about
see.
it.
We'll see. If you're hearing
let
this,
it run.
I decided I couldn't be bothered.
You're probably hearing this. I want to hear it, so I hope it's left. I'm just going to make it where you have to cut out so much.
Well, I did last week.
that you won't.
Not last week, last episode.
Don't worry about it this week. Yeah, exactly. See? Don't worry about it.
So, on the same vein of DLSS, it's now been added into Clair Obscur. There's been a new title update for Clair Obscur. They added several quality of life improvements. There was some stuff that people have been asking for. There's like a retry fight button and stuff like that. Just little things that people have wanted that they've listened to and just put in the game, which is very cool.
Yeah.
One of the bigger things that they've put in is they've added DLSS and frame generation. Those are both cool. If you have a GPU that does those things, the game will run smoother for you now. So, very nice. But yeah, this is really like the concept of DLSS, or not DLSS specifically. You know, PSSR, DLSS. This sort of AI upscaling is definitely seeming to be the future of game development. It's in everything now. It's in even indie games are putting it in there. Like this is being used.
Not only that, but Clair Obscur is a big thing. Like it's changed a lot of people's ideas about the gaming industry and what we should support and what we shouldn't. And they are actually adding more stuff to the game as well, other than the DLSS. You have there's a new area, a new boss, like more DLC just coming out for this game. So
good stuff.
If you haven't played Clair Obscur yet, I'm gonna put this in your mind first. Did you like Final Fantasy? Specifically, like Rebirth or Remake? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Remake. Let me say it correctly. If so, you'll love this. Unfortunately, I didn't care for either one of those.
Alternatively,
so this is kind of.
Did you like the Mario and Luigi games?
No one liked those games.
Shut
Not
up.
the new one, at
no
least.
one liked Brothership. I'm talking about the other ones.
I did. That's what I don't understand. Everybody else hated it.
If you liked Brothership and didn't like the other ones, then you are an insane man that I do not want to work with anymore.
I didn't play the other ones. I just got Brothership and was like, this is
That's the worst one.
Everybody's like, this game sucks. Well,
it wasn't bad. It was just worse than the other ones. But anyway, the combat
that's every
in that
game nowadays
is
Trust me, I give EA money.
The combat in that is like the combat in Clair Obscur is like an evolved version of that concept, which is very funny. It's a
lot like the newer Pokemon games.
Yeah, it's turn-based, but also QTE.
You're moving. Like, it's so interesting. It's any kind of combat you could think of. It's that. Just all of it. They said, you want a fighting game? And they said, yes. I said, what kind of fighting game? They said, yes again.
It's cool. Is my point.
It is cool. It is nice, and the game's gorgeous. So.
Okay, do you want to talk about Legacy of the Dark Knight or Anbinic?
We can go either way. It doesn't matter. We can scroll back up first.
I'd flip a coin. I don't carry cat. Where? I don't even know where my wallet is. It's over there somewhere.
You got the Dark Knight behind you. Don't you know?
I'm looking at the Anbinic thing, so we'll do that.
Oh no. He's gonna get you.
So, there's been an Anbinic leak that has questionable validity. So, we'll see. If this happens, this is pretty cool. If it doesn't happen, don't worry about it. So there's been leaks of a design of Anbinic RGDS. Sorry, if you don't know what Anbinic is, we should probably start there. Most people do, but for those of you who are normal gamers and not quite as weirdly obsessed with things as I am, there we go. That's an Anbinic. That is the RG35SP.
The RG34XX XSP.
That's the one.
XX, not 3X's, 2X's.
Never 3X.
Their names are terrible. I guess they know Microsoft.
Yeah, so it's a retro handheld. They typically run Android these days. They used to run just Linux. But you play retro games on
It's a Game Boy
emulation. Yeah,
that's it.
So they're making apparently an Anbinic RGDS, which is, I'll throw it up on screen. It literally looks like a DS Lite with like thumbsticks
it's a
on
DS
it.
Lite.
This is as close as we've ever seen.
Thumbsticks are weird.
They do look a bit weird.
Like, I mean, this I can't tell if that's real or if someone has made this or whatever. But the thumbsticks are on point. They look like they're regular thumbsticks. I don't know why. Like I've heard this talked about before. The little pads like the DS has had. What happened to those?
Circle pads. Yeah.
Those. Why are we? Yeah, the little circle pads. Those are, in my opinion, better than this crap.
Yeah. They're more difficult to implement, I guess. They're more expensive.
You could get all kinds of things in that little area.
Cheaper though.
For who?
Anbinic. Okay, so a few things about this that may put towards that this might be happening is that you can see on the last couple Anbinic models, the rectangle ones, whatever the ones that look like Retroids, had some stuff in them to support like dual screen, which is kind of just an Android feature at this point, but they were doing it.
Well, I mean, this one has the ability to do it. You just have to. Well, so this one has the ability to do DS emulation, but
yeah, of course. That's that. I mean, like specifically,
so
running two separate apps on the same screen. It's not necessarily something you would particularly see on one of these devices, usually, but they have had support for that on the last couple of ones that they've released. So that kind of leads towards maybe they have been working on dual screen things. Because you need to. Of
course, it was going to be something that gets done because of course, just moving forward with emulation. You can only make so many Game Boy emulators.
It's going to happen.
We have something new.
The thing is this that though? The things that maybe put me against it is splitting two windows on one screen is surprisingly much more simple than splitting two items across two screens. Doing that with apps that you're not necessarily making in a proprietary way, which of course you're not with emulators because that's shady territory.
Yeah.
A lot harder than it sounds, actually. So that is one thing that I will say. Maybe they're gonna have to work out some kinks with that before they come out with one that straight up looks like a DS. The second thing,
I was the fact that this looks so much like a Lite, I actually kind of don't believe it.
Yeah, I think we might see this
much.
in like a couple iterations. This looks like it's already too good, you know.
Yeah.
The second thing that leads me to not believe this is that it's called the Ambinic RGDS. That is far too simple of a name for Ambinic.
Yeah,
You tell me they're not adding the RG
RG17XX DS.
Exactly. There's no way they're just calling it the RG dual screen. Like, come on. They're adding something else in the screen size or something.
There's got to be an exclamation point or a hashtag, star button. Like there's got to be something.
So there's been
why because why not?
Exactly. There's been a few images of this surface. A couple of them straight up have the Gemini watermark on them. You know, when you generate an AI image with Gemini and it puts the watermark in the corner. Straight up has that on there, so I don't know if that is because it's been touched up with AI or if someone's just made the picture with AI. I will say if they have done it with AI, they've done a good job of it. Obviously, I'm not a fan of people using generative AI, but if they have done that, they've made it convincing. This does look like an Ambinic product.
I will say, so my wife likes to watch K-pop music videos and stuff. There's one song where they're talking to, I think it's a Game Boy, I think is what it is. I promise you this makes sense.
Okay.
But they have a DS in the video.
Right.
Even though the song is called Game Boy.
Right.
It's a DS Lite. It's very clearly supposed to be a DS Lite, but there's no Game Boy opening on the bottom. Which is wrong.
Yes.
That doesn't exist.
No.
Right?
No, I don't think so.
So, but then the song is also called Game Boy, or they say Game Boy or something. But none of that makes any sense. So this is what that's making me think of is like the product they made for that video. It just makes me think of this.
That's fair. To be fair, a lot of things were kind of freebooted and remade in the East around those times. I forget specifically what it is. There's like 17 different versions of Tetris or something, and only 2 of them are official. There's like people straight up like ported Tetris to other consoles, like illegally, and sold it, and it was like a whole thing. So that stuff does exist. Someone made like a full-on console that looked like I think it was in Brazil. They made like a Mega Drive that wasn't a Mega Drive, but it played Mega Drive games. And sold it like it was a Mega Drive. And like stuff like that does happen. So, you know, there's probably
462 games in one. Say goodbye to Game Pass and say hello to Game Pass.
Except it's 12 and they just repeat. Yeah, this would be really cool.
There's 400
if it's
files.
real. I'm hesitant to say that it is.
Yeah. I mean, I would enjoy having one, if I'm being honest.
I would be interested, but
I'm also the same person who's mad at my 3DS that it's not able to play a Game Boy game.
I would say, one, this looks too small for what it is. It's not a DS, right? It's a Retroid handheld. This is the sort of chipset that they're going to put in this, is the same one that they've been using for everything. It's going to be the thing that like plays N64.
It's so thin.
It's too small. It's too small for that, right?
Because, like, I mean, look at the thickness of this.
Exactly.
Here.
And that's a fold. I imagine they've got to put an extra screen in that. Like, this is too small. Unless they've done some wizardry, this is too small. But secondly, if you do want to buy a device specifically for playing DS games, get a 3DS.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, because the modding community.
Mod a 3DS, you can play everything that this would be able to play, and I guarantee you it would be cheaper.
Well,
get a normal 3DS, not a new 3DS XL Plus makes you toast in the morning, whatever the hell. Get a normal one,
I would say
That will be
a
cheaper.
normal 3DS. Yeah, you can get
Not the one with the
used
third
for
nipple.
about 100 to
The normal
150
one.
bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want a 3DS XL, new whatever, you're looking at like $300 to $400. Like that's
There is also
Switch 2
the chance
price.
that this isn't actually that small. We're just seeing it as small because it looks like a DS Lite. What if it's like 150% the size of a DS Lite and just has the same form factor? Maybe.
Just like a Switch. Just two switches on top of it.
There's no measurements. There's no saying that that's not the case.
That joystick's actually a full-size joystick.
It could be. We don't know.
That would be wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this because I think if this is real, I'm intrigued. At least I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, until they release that it's $800, and everybody's like, "Nah, never mind."
Yeah, because we have been seeing some dual screen Android handhelds. They exist.
Yeah, because we had that flip one.
We had
that was
the
really cool.
1X Sugar, that one we talked about.
It was like $1,200 though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then someone else made one. Aidan, maybe. There's a couple of them that exist now. Yeah, so I'm intrigued. But anyway, where do you want to go now?
It's neat. If the price point is there, it's not a bad pickup. But if it's not, just get a 3DS.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
They
thing,
still
because
feel-
the 3DS is
still
so moddable and so good that there isn't really a space for retro handhelds to take over it, really. Unless the only thing that they have is a bigger screen.
Yet,
Yeah, it's not. Well, I mean, it is, but like, also kind of not.
Yeah, it's not Game Boy old.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not retro.
And and the tech that was in it isn't bad enough to where you're like, I need an IPS screen. I need this and that. Like you're not thinking about taking your 3DS apart to add a new screen to it. You're not worried about
There's
that.
definitely a
Whereas
market for this.
Game Boy Color, you want another screen in there. Thing is rough.
That's fair.
It's faded. Somebody has used that as a flashlight for 6 years of its life. So,
Yeah.
let's see. Wow. We got the Keyblade.
Yeah.
That's,
You want to do that
about
next?
it, isn't it?
That and the Legacy of the
Neato.
Dark Knight, and the Last Point.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. We'll save the Dark Knight for last.
I'm saving the Last Point till last.
What's the last point?
Don't click that link yet.
Yeah, I
I
don't
want
even
your.
Okay, I'll wait. All right. Anyways, there's a new electronic Keyblade replica, which is relevant to me in a way because like I got this guy the other day.
Heck yeah.
He looks great. There's more. They're making more of them, which is what I need to make more of. I have the other one over there. He's got like a whole background Kingdom Hearts. It's beautiful. But anyways, it's gonna have battle, magic, and music modes. It's not currently available for me, apparently, which is bull.
Yeah, it's only available in Japan, I think, at the moment. But I'm sure it will move. It'll be around 50,
wondering
60,
the size of
70-ish
this,
dollars. It's 50 centimeters. So that's like, what, 1.6 feet? Half a meter. You know what a meter is?
I mean, that's
yeah,
right.
roughly. Yeah.
That's I use that as an actual key. Like that's not very large at all.
No, it's not huge.
Not hitting anybody with. That's a dagger. It's not a sword.
It is cool though. It's got the battle mode, which is you can hit things. It's like those NeoPixel lightsabers. You can like swing and shit.
What is this made from?
I assume plastic.
Oh, we're talking about hitting things.
Maybe don't actually
Hit
things.
one thing and it's ruined.
It has a magic mode where you can press buttons to use the different spells. and depending on the strength of spell you use will depend on how brightly it shines. So, you know, you've got Fire, Farage, whatever the fuck they're called, I don't know.
If you roll a d20.
Yeah. And the music mode, where it will play a couple tracks from the game. It only has 2. I forget which ones. It's Sora and one other. Not Traverse Town, though, which is the one that everyone likes. So.
I can't give you that. That's DLC for later.
But yeah, that's cool. I'm sure people will like that. Then
yeah, it looks good. That's, you know, it's about all it has to do.
Legacy of the Dark Knight was at Gamescom, or I think Gamescom, and it's at the point now where
can't
people
get away
have,
from him.
Yeah, people have actually posted the stuff that they saw, and it has an official landing page now on the Lego site, which inadvertently reveals some things I don't think they were supposed to. It says on there.
I mean, that's with everything.
Yeah. It says on there when they're talking about the vehicles that you can customize them. Doesn't say how. It says that you can customize them.
It doesn't say that in any of the game advertisements.
So I don't know if that means you can, like, build vehicles, or if there's, like, mini-kit vehicles, or if it just means there's going to be some colorways or what. I don't know. But there is some way in which you can customize the vehicles.
Can I have the front of Adam West's Batmobile, the back of the Tumbler? Like, can I?
That would be cool. Can we, like, Skylanders swap force it? Like, just mix them together. You can also.
I want this, but like this.
You can also customize the actual Batcave. Apparently, I don't know how. We'll see. Again, it didn't really say.
Okay.
But the Batcave is
the Bat computer over there.
Large. You can display the collectibles you get. You can display the different vehicles, the different suits, stuff like that. And there are a few suits that have been announced already. I believe there's like 100 or something that we know is coming, and they've announced like 7. No, they've announced 11 of the however many.
They got the Dark Knight one. It's the only one I need.
So they have the Golden Age Batsuit, which is the first appearance thing that you see in most games. To get that, you have to sign up for a Warner Brothers Games account before the game releases. So if you're wanting that, remember to do that before the game comes out.
My goodness.
There's the Serial suit, which is an interesting choice. This is what I talk about when people say the original Batman show, and they're talking about Adam West. Before that, in the 40s, they had a Batman show that most people don't talk about anymore because it was kind of racist. And by kind of, I mean most of the jokes were about Japanese people. It's not great. It doesn't hold up well. But apparently they decided to commemorate it in this game. So the suit from that is in the game. Next you have Rainbow Batman, which a few people were complaining that this is... Oh, they've gone woke. They put LGBT on Batman. Even if that was the case, who cares? But it's not, because there's a Silver Age story, so from yonks ago, where Batman made the rainbow suits. It's a very famous comic cover of Batman putting on different colored suits to fight Crazy Quilt, the villain of that week. It's a very famous comic. It's quite important. It's about Dick Grayson. Very big part of the Batman history. I don't know how people keep forgetting about it. That's where that's from. Batman 66. This is the Adam West thing. So the original Batman show that wasn't the original one, but is the first not racist one. So I guess we could just say it's the first one. Batman 89. This is the Keaton suit. Cool. Glad it's there.
It looks nice.
I'd be disappointed if it wasn't, but I don't think I'd be using it. Then we have the animated series. This is cool. They've made like a BTAS minifig where like the inside of the cape is blue to make it look like the cell shading. That's cool. So that's in there. The Batman Forever sonar suit. This is the sonar suit from Batman Forever. Shocker. That's in the game. Batman the Brave and the Bold.
No bat nips.
This is the Batman show that I've been talking
that's the
about.
Val Kilmer. My bad.
Huh?
Not me. Sorry, it's Val Kilmer, not George Clooney.
Oh,
that's my bad. I'm sorry.
I always forget too. It's okay. Batman the Brave and the Bold. This is the show that I've been talking about making a video about forever. It will get done eventually. That suit's in the game. Very cool. The Dark Knight. This is the suit from The Dark Knight. The Batman.
No.
This is the suit from The Batman, but not the show, the movie. Everyone forgets about the show now, which is upsetting because the show's really good. If you haven't seen The Batman, the show from 2004, go watch it. It's good. And then the new Batsuit, which is just a new minifig that they're printing for the sets that they're releasing next year. Doesn't really have a name. It's just the new Lego version of Batman. That's also going to be in the game.
2025 Batsuit.
Yeah.
Also, I like that he's got the Dark Knight symbol there instead of the actual symbol that's on his chest. Very, very interesting choice there.
Yeah, cool stuff. They are also releasing physical Lego sets you can use to get a golden Batsuit, but you have to buy the physical set and like use it. You can buy the physical set like early next year, and then you don't get the suit until the game comes out, obviously. So
that's kind of cool, honestly.
It is cool.
You know,
I forget what the sets are. They're like, you know, the Speed Champion line. It's like that, but with a few of the Batmobiles. It's the
crap about Legos.
The Batman one. It's the Batman Forever one, and I'm assuming the George Clooney one because they always do that one. Yeah, cool stuff. I'm excited for that game. I was really excited for Skywalker Saga, and then I was mildly disappointed when I actually played it. So hopefully that isn't the case again. But it shouldn't be. Hopefully because they've got a different setup going now, and I believe, I trust. I think it'll be good. And my final point that I've labeled in the doc simply as chunk. The way that I find news for this show is that on my phone, it has a side Google page where it just suggests me articles about things that I've seen. Stan does the same thing. With 9 times out of 10, those articles are about games because they're the ones that I click on to do this show, right? Like 0.8 out of 10, it's about some TV show or Batman thing, and then every so often they throw in a curveball. And this week I really wanted to talk about this. This is from BBC News. The headline is Brown Bear Heavyweight Chunk wins Fat Bear Week despite injury. And when I saw that headline on my phone, I knew I had to talk about it, regardless of what it was actually about. So, this bear, it's a brown bear that weighs 500 kilograms. At least 500 kilograms. I doubt they got him to stand on a scale. He weighs at least 500 kilograms, which is 78 stone and 8 pounds, apparently.
Know what that means, but okay.
I've
never tried to weigh a stone, so
has overcome a broken jaw.
I imagine 78 is a lot. Sorry.
It's a fat bear.
Yeah.
Has overcome his broken jaw to become the winner of Fat Bear Week 2025. I didn't know Fat Bear Week was a thing, but my life is infinitely better now that I know it is. So basically,
make sure you tune in for Fat Bear 2026.
I'm gonna have to. Basically, what they do is they take pictures of a bunch of fat bears, and then they get people to vote on them as to which one seems like the sturdiest of bears. And this bear won. This bear's name is Chunk. Beautiful. This is the best news I've read in a long time. He's from Katmai National Park and Preserve. What a guy. That's a sturdy bear.
Yeah.
That's a sturdy bear.
Yeah. You know, I'm looking through this entire article, and I have yet to see a picture of this bear.
Really? It's the first thing underneath the...
It's just that screen's black for me, and just it's not.
They're
loading,
blocking Stan from BBC News. It's literally brown bear heavyweight chunk wins Fat Bear Week, and then immediately under that is a picture of the bear.
Oh, it's loaded now. Okay, there he is.
I'll put it in the episode. You'll have to watch it back.
It's a hefty bear.
It's a hefty bear. That's a sturdy guy. Look at him. Did you guys have bear in the Big Blue House, or is that a British thing?
No, we had them.
No, you didn't have that?
Yeah, we had it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
We're getting to the point of the episode where Stan's internet has started to die, and I can't hear what he's saying anymore. Yes, you had that. Okay. The way that his eyes are closed reminds me of that puppet in particular. Or marionette. Is it a Muppet? I don't know. We're getting sidetracked. That's a bit of good news. I needed to share that brown bear heavyweight chunk wins Fat Bear Week despite injury. So on that bombshell, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone beyond or in between. That has been Across the Podcast, episode 27.
Yeah, could be.
I think so.
Possibly. You tell us. What episode is it?
Yeah. You may notice it's not every week anymore. We did address this in Discord, so you've probably already heard. But yeah, well, we're just going to be releasing these when we can now, but it will still be fairly often. So ring that bell to hear of next time Chunk wins the Fat Bear Heavyweight Championship. Whatever it's called.
Yeah, make sure you need that bell on though, because you need to know when our video goes up, because we don't know when it's gonna happen. So the only way to have look, I promise you this, that bell's not gonna keep going off.
You're not gonna
it's not gonna be something that bothers you. Like you're not gonna be going, that damn Across the Podcast again. That's not gonna be a thing. It's just like a little reminder that, we do exist.
Check in every now and then. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.